New Zealand. Let's go.
Coming up, Jack Della Maddalena set to defend his welterweight title at UFC 322 and the predictions are in.
Fight gets a little bit closer, I'm definitely leaning heavier and heavier towards.
UFC bantamweight Cody Haddon joins the show after a late call-up.
Nerves are always about losing, so I'll do anything in my power to not lose.
And Christmas has come early. Stay tuned for Dan's latest announcement. Kia ora mai.
Swinging up with a kick.
Very creative.
He tapped.
David is right hook as he's going to his left side. Right, Cody Haden going for getting a little reckless walks.
Using the fence to stay upright right now.
Let's have a look.
Oh, pull. It was a pull. He's in a fight. I've never seen anything like this.
Cortez across the big right hand. What just happened?
He got poked in the eye and he's mad.
Look at this jab.
Big.
Boom, on the chin. Oh, beautiful counter.
Espinal, you see that fight, no?
Mean Machine, Steve Garcia. The 6-fight win streak he rides into this has been impressive. 5 of those 6 ending by knockout.
There it is again.
Couple of big lefts. Garcia lands a left. Onama down as he backs to the fence. And Garcia tees off with another big one.
Goes with the attack again.
Massive shots. Onama stumbles back.
This is going to be good early.
Garcia to the body. And crosses Onama.
That was way too much.
This fight's over. Steve Garcia. Message sent from the Mean Machine.
This man is special. 7 in a row.
Just a kid from Albuquerque trying to make it big.
Right here, he's just in kill mode. One after the other. Herdean's watching close.
The win streak is 7. Never more impressive than that.
Kia ora e te iwi and welcome to UFC on Sky. Koravinda Hunia Tōku Ingoa. Welcome on in, whānau. Joining me today, Dan Hooker. Kia ora e hoa. Hey, look, I was just mentioning off camera, you're looking a little tanned. The weather in Aotearoa, New Zealand at the moment has been beautiful, but getting yourself some sun, mate.
Been standing in the sun. Been standing around in the sun. Put a fight show on outside on Sunday. So standing in the blazing sunshine for about 5 hours. I was glad I wasn't fighting.
Not yet.
The heat. I think we'll have to do the rest of the 1 minute scraps inside. It was getting a little. It's getting a little heated.
Yeah, I might need some sunscreen next time you're out there fighting in the open. How are you finding it though? We know that you're in camp for your own fight against Arman Saruki coming up in less than 3 weeks now. But you're also promoting your 1 minute scraps as well. How are you finding it all together?
Yeah, the ADD comes in incredible.
In handy.
Comes in a handy fashion. Yeah, it's just been cool. That's like the easiest thing about the 1 minute scraps is, I don't know, it just doesn't take me I don't overthink things too much. Mm-hmm. And so you can just put things together. We had 80 kilo fights in the weekend. I'd say they were my best fights so far. Mm-hmm. I think start to finish, the boys got to work straight away. The volume they were throwing was incredible. They couldn't have done better. Once you'll see it, you can either watch the whole event, 1 minute scraps, on YouTube, the whole event's out, or just follow the social media stuff, and I'll just post a fight a day, and yeah, every single fight was a banger.
It looked like it. I've seen the clip doing the rounds, even in my friend chats. They're like, oh yeah, the scraps are up. We're gonna watch the 1 minute scraps. I just wanted to ask you though, what's one thing you're enjoying about it the most so far? Because promoting and fighting, two very different things.
Two very different things. Oh, I kind of just feel like it's my avenue of fighting too. Like it's what I kind of just put it together because that's how I want to see it. That's how I want to watch combat sports. I like it to be fast. I like it to cut. No frills. Everybody just get out there, get to work, and get to scrapping. And it seems like there's a lot of people that are on board with that as well, and they're sick of the pageantry of it. Let's just get to work.
Yeah, because I mean, it obviously all started off as an idea that you wanted to do this and see how it goes. Are you surprised at the amount of feedback and buy-in you've had from the public?
Definitely. It's been crazy. Like to get the Instagram page to 500,000 followers in 3 months was pretty. Yeah, like and that just happened organically. It's like obviously there's bigger brands like Power Slap blew up out of nowhere, but they have like huge media machines behind them. They've obviously got Dana White and they're in touch with Meta and all that stuff. So their pages kind of blow up and their views go crazy. With billion-dollar media companies pushing behind it. So for this to just happen, like I've never seen a page grow that big, just organically, like no ad buys or anything like that. And it's the fighters are, that's the main thing, is that the fighters are getting a lot of views and a lot of eyes. Like it's a global thing. Like it's obviously here in New Zealand, and I feel like we're showcasing that natural kind of willingness to stand there and trade punches. I feel like there's so many fighters out there that are keen for it here in New Zealand, and we're just getting to showcase that because at this stage it is a global platform. Like all the content is made for socials, made for social media. It's not really a come along and view event. There's a few people. Usually I just have my shows like a +1, and then a couple of stragglers sneak their way in. But yeah, it's doing incredible. And yeah, people thought I would stop when I came into fight camp.
Yep.
But no, the machine keeps on rolling. It's fun for me. It's easy for me. Our next one is going to be exciting. Obviously, for Christmas is coming up, and dads need money for Christmas.
Do they what?
Do they what? So I thought it would be a cool idea, like a fun one to do dads. So we have 32 dads battling it out, and just to give $50,000 to one lucky dad, and he can kind of give his family the best Christmas ever. I mean, the dad's one will be fun because they can't have ever stepped in a ring before in their life. So it's like that's the way we're going to keep it.
Officially, you mean?
Officially, a couple of scraps down the pub, a couple punch-ups at school, we'll let them slide. But yeah, so no kickboxing, boxing, like even corporate and amateur boxing rules you out of the competition. So we're going to have, we'll see how it turns out.
I'll tell you what, I've had so many of my mates jump into my DMs asking me, how do I get on? Ask Dan, what's the prerequisite? Do I just message him? Do I da-da-da-da-da? Like,
yeah, that's the thing about that. That's the thing about this one. Usually, because I do all the matchmaking and select all the fighters myself, usually through social media, but in the previous events, we've just had fighters. So that's obviously, it's a very small world here in New Zealand. So for a fighter to message another fighter I know, or a coach that I know, and they get in touch with me, that's how these last few cards have been put together. But obviously the dads are no experience. It'll be a bit more difficult. So I thought they got to show up in person. So everyone's will be coming down this Saturday. They're going to meet me down the domain, and we'll take them for a spin. We might have a little bit of a run around. First, we'll just get details, check the weights, because I don't even know the weight class of this one just yet.
You just go with the...
It'll go whatever I got, 32. Like obviously, that for this one especially, we'll have to match them in weight fairly closely. So it's just whoever shows up. If I get 32 weedy dads, then we might be doing a 60, 70 kilo one, you know?
What do you do if you end up with double the amount of people, though? Like,
we'll see. That's just an incredible thing, and we'll see. Like, if there's too many people, then that as well is like a big sign, I don't know, to the public, to the general consensus in New Zealand is like, look how many people think that agree with what we're doing here, agree that this, like a grown person, it's my feelings on it, is like I know if like a lot of pressure and stuff like that. They're like, oh, then they're cracking down on you, this and that. But for me, it's just freedom. You know what I mean? You should be able to express your freedom. It's in a controlled environment. It's safe. Like, I don't want to harp on all about that. Like, we got the best professionals in the game, making sure that everyone's safe. You can do what you can, but at the end of the day, if a grown man wants to sign up for a fist fight in a controlled environment, he should be allowed to. That's my opinion.
Ka pai. So what, do we just stand by to Dan Hooker's social media for
We'll see.
details?
We'll see. I'll keep some updates. Yeah, just check all the socials. It's 2:00 down the domain. So if you're a dad, you never had a fight before, you want $50,000 for Christmas for 5 minutes work in total.
He's bringing back Christmas in the park.
I'm bringing back Christmas in the park. Oh, if they actually let me do it down the domain, that wouldn't be bad. Then everyone could come and watch.
There you go. Imagine that.
I highly doubt
Auckland City Council would love that.
I highly doubt that Auckland City Council and the New Zealand Police will let that one slide.
In a public space. But no, ka pai you. I'm loving keeping up to date with this venture of yours. But let's get back to
UFC stuff.
Your day job. And the UFC. Yes, we've got UFC 322. Not this weekend, next weekend, where we have been building up this Jack Della Maddalena fight against Islam Makhachev. Of course, Islam has come up from your division, the lightweights, to meet Jack at welterweight for the title. And you have mentioned before that you give it up to Islam. And ka pai you for moving up to welterweight and challenging himself to see how he goes. I just wanted to get your thoughts on size. There's a lot of talk on size. You know, Islam coming up being the obviously smaller person, you know, in theory, because of the division he's come from. Jack Della, obviously an absolute welterweight. How much does that play into this? How does Islam, you know, be the best he can be heavier in this title fight?
That's going to be difficult. Obviously, he's like a strong wrestling base. He drags guys to the ground and kind of wears them out. And with that style or with that tactic, weight is a huge advantage. That's why you'll see like a lot of the wrestlers do big weight cuts, so they can have that kind of weight advantage, make the other fighter carry them for long periods of time and drain them out. But how is he going to do that when he has to move up against Jack Della? Jack Della himself is tested and proven against strong grapplers. He's coming off 2 wins over 2 of the best grapplers in the welterweight division, Bilal Muhammad, and before that, Gilbert Burns. Those are 2, both a very strong jiu-jitsu style, and then a heavy American style wrestling from Muhammad, who is also trained with Islam as well. So he's tried and tested against these strong grapplers. He obviously has the striking advantage in this fight. I'm definitely, as the fight gets a little bit closer, I'm definitely leaning heavier and heavier towards Jack Della getting his hand raised. Yeah,
and Jack Della, I mean, when we take a look at the journey he's had in the UFC already, I think he's 8 on the trot. Well, he's undefeated in the UFC. Pretty sure it's 8 in a row. Champion now. Makhachev, he comes in, I think it's 15 fights in a row, undefeated. When it comes down to these, you know, competitions where they have records like this, you're just thinking, how is this going to go? And I think off the back of UFC 321, where it was a result that was, you know, less than desirable, there's a bit of pressure on these 2 to make it happen.
Yeah, that's kind of it. After the big iPoke scandal, it's like we sacrificed that pay-per-view so the next pay-per-view can be even better. I feel, this is an incredible card. It's absolutely stacked. Can't wait for this card.
Who do you think wears the pressure the most? Is it Jack Della to defend this title and prove that although he is the striker, he is strong at what he does with the ground? Or is it Islam, pressure on him to move up, being so dominant in the division he was in before?
I'd say the pressure's about the same, more for coming from Jack Della, because he's fighting the smaller guy. Like, you're not whenever a fighter moves up a weight class to challenge for that title, it's Jack defending his belt. He's warding off the enemy, and especially from a smaller weight class, he should be the guy with all the advantages coming into this. Makhachev, though, he's striving for greatness. He's striving for something that from someone from his team, like that's him. He's kind of been in Khabib's shadow for a very long period of time, so he's thinking, how do I step out of Khabib's shadow and surpass him and move up a weight class, become a double weight champion is something that Khabib never accomplished.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great point you raised. The other, factor of this too, this card being at Madison Square Garden. Now, I know you have fought at Madison Square Garden and you've had success at Madison Square Garden. What is it like to fight in a place like, the Coliseum of the UFC, to go out to Madison Square Garden? What is that vibe like?
Yeah, New York City, the buzz is crazy, the people is crazy. You can definitely see it. It's just around the corner from Times Square, where you'll have this poster shining, so it'll be cool if the fighters go down. I'm sure they'll go down and have a look at their faces in Times Square. Definitely is more prestigious, There's very few places in the world that are as prestigious to fight at as Madison Square Garden. So more as a fighter, that's like a bonus. It's like an excitement. It's just a little bit of excitement that gets added to it.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, co-main event, Valentina Shevchenko, her title on the line again, but this time up against Weili Zhang, who is moving up from strawweight to fight in this flyweight championship fight. As we discussed off camera, you mentioned Valentina Shevchenko, cleaning out her division. Weili well and truly done that in the strawweight division as well. What do you feel about these two fighters who have been around the game for a little while now?
Yeah, this is an interesting matchup. Obviously, it's getting tailored as two strikers. Shevchenko is incredible on the feet. She's very sharp, but she is also she's a complete martial artist. She's a great striker, obviously, kickboxing, Muay Thai background, multiple world champion. But man, her grappling game is incredible. She gets down, she controls people on the ground. I'd definitely give her, the size advantage coming into this one. So I would be shocked if she doesn't start employing her takedowns and her top control time against Zhang.
Yeah, absolutely. One to watch, Whānau. This card is absolutely stacked from top to bottom, though. Arguably the most exciting card of 2025 so far. But where will you be watching? What are you going to be doing? Where are you going to watch your boy Jack do his thing?
When's this? I fly out on Sunday, so I'll
be on the plane.
Maybe after.
I got my own stuff to do.
This. I'm going to watch this. Then I'm going to go to the airport.
Get your little updates in the airport, perhaps. But yeah. Here we are, head-to-head, 29 years old, 33 years old. I mean, when you look at that, the weight there is obviously exponential.
Yeah, you can't really tell too much just from the stats that they come against. But I'm standing next to both of these boys, feeling both of these boys. Jack Della is definitely, he's a welterweight, man. He's a big, strong boy. Islam, obviously big for lightweight, but that's a huge difference as well. That's a 7 kilo difference. It's not so much like boxing where they have a different weight class every kilo and a half. MMA to move up a weight class is like 7 kilos is giving up a lot of weight to move up, and generally that's not fat or anything like that. Generally, that 7 kilo difference between a welterweight and a lightweight is just their frame, their bone density, and a lot of muscle they carry.
Yeah. And how much work do you have to do to get, you've worked between two divisions before, obviously, but you went lighter to featherweight. But how much work do you have to do around that fact of weight, considering how you say Jack Della is a big man?
Yeah, well, Islam's taken a lot of time off between his last fight and competing into this fight. So, and he is a big, strong guy. He stays lean and fit year round. So I doubt he had too much to do. Like, what you don't want to do is just go and pack on a bunch of muscle, because obviously muscle requires oxygen and you're going to get tired a lot quicker. So he is a big guy. I'd just say he'd be doing a bit easier of a weight cut coming into this.
Yeah, nice. Well, before we shut down this corridor, Dan, how do you see this fight going? Do you sense a finish at all? Do you think it might be in one's best favour to take this fight deep, or what do you reckon?
I think Jack, just because of the size advantage, like the later it goes, like that's the thing. Being the bigger, stronger guy, it's effective if you can make the other fighter carry your weight. Jack being the bigger guy, I feel like the longer the fight goes, Islam's not used to carrying that same amount of weight into deep waters. I feel like just Jack's frame and size will give him the advantage if it goes later into the fight. But Islam Makhachev is an incredibly smart fighter. On the feet, he's very hard to hit. He doesn't like getting hit at all. And then he's also very conservative on the ground. He's a very hard guy to touch. He's a very hard guy to start putting some damage on. But Jack Della, I feel like there's no one better than him right now at welterweight, and I see him winning this fight.
Yeah, absolutely. We didn't even get into, we spoke a bit about, who Islam's got in his corner, but Jack's got quite the team behind him as well. I mean, we were in Perth talking to him, we were having that conversation about how it is taking an absolute village to get this fight, with his hand getting raised. So I know you rate his coaches. I know he's been training with Volkanovski as well. Obviously trying to get some looks in, having that experience in the past, but it looks like he's doing absolutely everything he can, which makes this fight all the more exciting. But another exciting thing, also featuring at UFC 322 in the prelims, is Australian Cody Haddon, who'll be making his second appearance in the UFC. Here is what he had to say about being on the Madison Square Garden event. Well, Cody, first of all, congratulations on the call up to Madison Square Garden. Obviously, an offer you couldn't refuse.
Yeah, so I was in training hoping to get a fight before the end of the year. And it's kind of scary because there's only a few cards really left. And I was like, man, one of these have to come through, and if they do, it's going to be soon. So I was preparing anyway, even though on paper it's 4 weeks notice. I've been preparing, I'd say, a lot longer than that, hoping to get a bout in. So when they offered me a fight not really offered, we actually offered them the fight. We said that there was a pullout, we saw it, we messaged and said, hey, we'd actually take that fight, and the UFC got back to us. We didn't know if they were going to get back, but they did get back to us like in, I think, 48 hours, and they said, yep, sending the contract now. So we kind of asked for it and got it. So I guess if you don't ask, you don't receive. So it's a huge opportunity for me, and for it to come through before the end of the year, I'm super stoked to get back in there. So it will be good.
Obviously, it's a shorter preparation time than what you would usually have. So what do you do with this time to ensure that you're best prepared?
I mean, nothing really changes too much. We obviously ramp up the intensity a bit, and we start game planning a little bit, and trying to hone into my strengths and away from my opponent's strengths and stuff like that. But it doesn't really, things don't change too much. I guess the main change is the mental side of things. As you get closer to a fight, I feel it does become a lot more mental, and how you can hold yourself and keep yourself calm amongst all the noise and stuff like that. I try to think of it as like, it's not a big deal. Like, to me, like, I'd get just as nervous fighting in my backyard against the guy than I would in front of thousands of people, because the nerves about people watching don't bother me. Nerves are always about like losing. Like, I don't want to lose, so I'll do anything in my power to not lose. So that is what I get nervous about. I couldn't care if there's 2 people watching or 200,000 people watching. Either way, I'm going to get just as nervous for both of those scenarios. And for me, it's just focusing on the task at hand. When I walk out, I don't pay attention to the crowd. I don't pay attention to what people are saying online. I don't look at what people think and who they think and all this sort of stuff. And, I just focus on my opponent and myself and what can I do to get ready for him. And then on the night, I guess we'll find out who's better. At the end of the day, it's a scrap, and it is very in-depth and technical, but I think it also is pretty simple. You get in there and you just see who's got the better skills on the fly, so we'll find out. And I just kind of run with that, try not to fall into all the, people will say, oh, there's a lot of pressure and this and that. And there's always pressure. There's always going to be pressure, but it's always, the pressure is what you put on yourself.
It's just amazing to see what's happening over there in Perth. It's great to see 4 UFC fighters signed to the promotion now, but you're in 3 different gyms at the same time, which, I find really impressive. And you're going to be on Jack Della's card. Quillan Salko's just had his success as well. How motivating is it to be on a card like this, but see that success happening around you?
Oh, so much. Honestly, between Jack Della, Steve Erceg, my teammate Quillan Salko, with what they're doing, like, the proof is in the pudding. We are talented here. And Jack has shown it time and time again that, it doesn't matter, like you said, it doesn't matter where you come from, what gym you train out of. It can be a small little gym no one knows about. Talent is talent, and it doesn't discriminate. You don't need to come from the mountains to be a good grappler. You can be a good grappler on land. You know, you can be, you know, it doesn't, skill is skill. You know, there is no discrimination with that. And I feel, these guys just make it takes a bit of pressure off me in a sense, because I go, well, they did it and I train with them, I can do it too.
Yeah, it's great because we've seen that here in New Zealand. You know, we've seen that here with City Kickboxing, them here in a, you know, a central location and producing these great fighters. But in Perth, it's kind of scattered out. Different gyms are producing some really great fighters. So that's really impressive.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, you know, on the regional scene, when we were all on the regional scene, it's a little bit different, right? Because you go, oh, that gym there, we might fight someone from there, that gym there. But now that we are on the, you know, into the international scene, it's like you no longer see it like gym. You see it as like Perth versus the world. And that's what it really is, you know. Every time I speak to Jack, it's like, yeah, Perth versus the world, you know, and Steve is everyone, Perth versus the world. It's not, you know, gym versus gym, none of that now. It's like, that's all small. That doesn't, you know, Perth's so small, we need to all work together because we don't have as many people, and combat sports might not be as big here as they are as some other places in the world. So we do need to stick together, and like you said, the camaraderie and the support that I've had from Della since before I was even in the UFC. I remember when he got into the contender series, and I spoke to him just after that. I was asking him like, what's next for him? I just seen him out somewhere, and he just said, oh yeah, we got something coming up. And he just said, hey, don't lose track. You know, he's like, it's all smoke and mirrors. Like, honestly, like, you know, I've done it, but you can do it too. It's possible for all of us.
Nā mihi nui kia koe, Cody. Thank you for that kōrero. And Dan, of course, we mentioned at the top of the show, you've got your fight coming up as well. We've been, you know, this poster's been living rent-free in the screen for the last few weeks. Yeah, I'm kind of sick of it. Sick of your own face at the minute. But, you know, counting down, not sure how many times I have you sitting on this couch before you fly off and compete.
One more time?
One more?
Yeah,
okay,
one more.
Cool.
We'll come in next week. Got nothing else to do. I'm not allowed to go and do anything fun.
Okay, might as well come in and look at yourself.
May as well.
Talk about yourself. No, cool. But, you know, this stage, tightening the screws now?
No, like everything's all set, weight set, fitness is there. Just ironing some small things out. I'm obviously, I'm feeling sharp and dangerous, and just the more weight I lose, the bonier I get and more annoying I am to train with.
Skinnier and tannerer.
I'm skinnier and tannerer.
You know what? Females
get a little bit. I can get a little bit more skinnier, and I'll sit in the sun and get a little bit more tanner. But nah, the work is done. I've obviously been doing the heavy lifting in the gym for the last few months. Now, yeah, just fine tuning.
Do you start to get itchy feet? You're just like, oh, just want this. Okay, ready to.
Rav, I will fight anyone any day of the week. I don't get itchy feet. I live my life with itchy feet.
I scratch the itch.
I fight people daily. No, it's like, that's the thing about it. I don't have to fly to Qatar, and like a lot of fighters, they like switch or like go into a trance or things like that. Like I'll be walking out from a fight and talk to you. Yeah. Then like I'm talking to you right now. Like I don't have to switch person. I can just fight people.
Yes, I have witnessed this. Look, before we go, Dan, we did say, you know, you and Arman Tsarukyan obviously are the main event on this card, but when we look at the co-main event, Bilal Muhammad versus Ian Garry, and we see that Bilal Muhammad is a former champion, yet it is you two at the top as the main event. It's quite telling.
It's because I'm so good looking.
Well, it's you or Arman, so.
It ain't him. Look at the ears on the cob. couple of cauliflowers fresh out the pot. I might even win the nose competition. Yeah,
I reckon you would. I reckon you would. Yeah. Your beard's actually looking a bit fuller too. You might win that.
Thanks. Yeah. He does have a strong beard.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he's a little bit hairier.
Strong hair game, yeah. Okay, Whānau. Well, we're only, you know, a couple weeks out from Dan Hooker taking on Arman Tsarukyan in Qatar, so please stay tuned. And of course, that fight will be live on ESPN through fight night in a couple of weeks' time. And that reminder again, UFC 322 Jack Della Maddalena Australia Zone in action next weekend on Sunday. Don't miss that as well. That will be kicking off at 2 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon. Dan, thank you so much for joining me. One more show to go.
And then I'm not going to show up for a month.
For a month. And you'll come back darker. And probably fatter. Anyway.
Definitely fatter.
Yeah. Kia ora whānau, he kōna mai.
The undisputed